No additional active cases of tuberculosis disease have been reported, all in connection to a case last year. More than 550 students and staff were tested 2 weeks ago at Ruthie Deskin Elementary. That's where a broad exposure notification was issued back in December. The Southern Nevada Health District started investigating a person who had undiagnosed active TB disease. They visited more than a dozen Clark County School District campuses. The district emphasizes not everyone who might have been exposed will be infected. Not everyone who is infected with TB has an active disease.